Hi guys, my name is Kimiya, and today I'll be talking to you guys about credit cards and loans and those things in general. So, just to get a better understanding as to why I'm talking about this, it was reported in 2023 that 47% of credit card users in the United States have actually endured or been through credit debt before. This kind of goes to show as to why it's an important topic to talk about and be educated on. As it's almost necessary to understand while living in America at this day and age. This is because it's very common for people to utilize credit and also be negatively or positively affected by their credit borrowing every day. The basic components of credit are P, I, and T, which are principal, interest, and term, which can be defined as the original amount being borrowed, the fee charged for making a late or missing a payment, and also the amount of time the credit lenders expect you to pay off the credit balance. The two types of credit are revolving and installment credit. So I'll go over revolving credit. It's the process of borrowing money from the bank and agreeing to pay it back over a period of time without a certain amount of payments required, meaning it's just like a borrow, repay, and then borrow again, continuing cycle. Just to quickly define interest rates and minimum payments, interest rates are the percentage depending on the principal amount that credit card lenders will charge you if you fail to pay the amount borrowed on time or in full. Making late payments towards the credit borrowed will also result in paying more money over time, as the credit lenders will continue to charge you interest.
All right. Here are some pros and cons. Revolving credit can be very convenient, as it is often more manageable than installment credit, but may also result in paying more money than what is being borrowed. Installment credit is another form. Installment credit uses a certain amount of credit lended to you by the credit card lenders or companies, where you have to pay back the credit card in a certain amount of time with this specific payment amount required each time at the end of the month. There will be a fixed payment that'll be set for the month, usually over the month. And if you pay this on time in full, this can help you build your credit. Credit cards. A credit card offers you a specific amount of credit that can be utilized to purchase whatever you may want to purchase. The banks monitor the amount of money you spend, and will charge you interest if you fail to pay the credit card balance in full and on time. Credit cards can feel like a mystery, especially when you're just starting out. Some say that they're great for building credit, while others say that it can just be a debt trap. Today, I will be talking about how young adults can get into credit cards and how to read a Schumer box.
Hello, my name is Max, and today I will be covering ways a young adult can gain access to a credit card even if they're under 21. I will also be explaining why it's important to be able to read a Schumer box and what a Schumer box is. I will also be explaining why a person may want to use credit and how they work in terms of purchases and managing payments. And finally, how interest is charged and how to avoid or minimize it. So starting off, 3 ways that adults younger than 21 can obtain a credit card is 1, by applying for a secured credit card. 2, become a co-signer on someone else's account. And finally, apply for a student credit card. So moving on, a Schumer box was created by Chuck Schumer, and he made it a requirement that credit cards provide you with a Schumer box, as it shows all the information regarding interest fees and interest rates and fees, so you have a complete understanding of what you are agreeing to. Moving on. So it's very common to find people who own a credit card, and this is because credit cards are a very good way to ensure that you're not exceeding a certain spending limit that you've set for yourself, as the credit lenders will hold you to it as well. People who may also need a credit card because of a major purchase they can't afford exactly at the moment. So moving on, finally, credit lenders can charge you interest based on whether or not you're making full payments on time. And if you are forced to make a minimum payment or late payment, the credit card lenders will charge you a certain percentage of the principal on top of the amount you owe. And that was all.
Hello, my name is Dante Vieira, and today I will be covering installment loans, payday loans, and credit management. So to start off, an installment loan is typically over a long term, and it consists of a large amount of money that you're borrowing. And an installment loan is a type of loan where you borrow a fixed amount of money and repay it with interest over a set period through regular and fixed payments called installments. Some examples of installment loans consist of mortgages for houses, auto loans for cars, and student loans for colleges, and other personal loans that require a large amount of money, like weddings, vacations, or just other, maybe like home renovations or anything else that require really a large amount of money. And installment loans differ from payday loans because payment loans are typically like the same thing, like a fixed amount of money repaid over with interest over a set period. But the fact that payday loans are typically a short term and a short amount of money that's being borrowed, and you can typically fall into a lot of debt because of these payday loans, because of the very high interest rates that you are charged for them, and the fact that you're getting a payday loan normally because you are in a lack of money or cash for a specific item or whatever. Yeah. Now to get into credit management, where I think is a really important topic when it comes to credit, and it could either positively or negatively affect your credit or ability to buy stuff or take out loans or anything really. One example of this includes high interest-bearing credit accounts that often affect people's ability to manage their credit, resulting in debt. This is because if you borrow too much money from the credit lenders and aren't able to pay it back during a certain period of time, the lenders will continue to charge you interest to the balance that you owe, eventually stacking up over time and resulting in a very large amount of money that you are actually putting towards this item that is strictly towards interest. And this just results in a growth of debt each month, and that you have to work to pay it off and continue to, and really ultimately leads to much more money that you're spending than you should be for an item you're taking a loan out for.
Hello, my name is Aiden Devaney, and today I'll be talking about credit. So, what is a credit score? A credit score is a calculated number that is determined by your payment history, which is 35% of your credit score, the amount owed, 30% of your credit score, the length of credit history, 15%, new credit, 10%, and the credit mix, also 10%. All of these aspects of credit history are what determine whether or not your credit score is a high or low number. Smart borrowing tips: only borrow what you can afford to repay, or you will pay more in the long run. Compare interest rates and terms before committing to regulate possible debt. Read the fine print on loan agreements. Avoid predatory lenders and payday loans with extremely high interest rates. And overall, credit affects almost all aspects of daily life for Americans and adults worldwide, making it a very important topic to be educated on. People must make smart decisions to incoherently boost their credit scores, stay out of debt, make on-time payments, and consistently make payments in full.
And installment loans differ from payday loans because payment loans are typically like the same thing, like installment loans, payday loans, and credit management. So to start off, an installment loan is typically over a long term, and it consists of a large amount of money that you're borrowing. And an installment loan is a type of loan where you